A true look behind the scenes is that I recorded this just now for almost 10 minutes, and I didn't record any of it. But here we go. Quick rundown, because there's a lot of talking in this episode. We are still in Mergenac, right outside of Toulouse. Got a little bit of a video of me being sick. First of all, this one's a little bit less about the actual profession of it, but just being on the road, being sick, how that's hard. We have a company party, Shitflix, Halloween. No spoilers, but it's crazy. Kind of giving you a look into the more family version of what we do and how being on tour, it's your family. 3 months. You're not by anybody you know. Sometimes you're in a country where the only people that speak the same language as you are the people on the road with you for the most part. And then after that, we take a travel day from Toulouse to Bordeaux and a little bit of outside exploration of Bordeaux. Keeping this one short, a lot of talking. Let's go. You know what it is. Star wipe. All right, there we go. So we just watched the show. Now we're gonna go over a little bit less glamorous part of being a touring musician. It is laundry. You never know when you're gonna be able to do your laundry. It's impossible to tell when it's gonna be available. Sometimes it's available in the theater. Sometimes you just gotta do it on your own. I got a big old bag of laundry right now. I'm gonna pour this shit out. I'm gonna fold it, and then I'm gonna try to pack up half of it. Check you out later. Truthfully and earnestly, it's not that it's hard for me to record, I just forget. Yesterday was a whirlwind, new role, Ringo, got back in there, haven't done that in like 4 years, super fun. But now I'm gonna take a little time to go to Toulouse. I was like sitting in the bed, thinking I might not, but I'm like, how many times am I gonna be in France, in Toulouse? So I only got about like 2 or 3 hours to go into town, gotta get my jersey, you know, look around, maybe get a good meal, and then show tonight. Bye. Another walk to the tram here in Mergenac, making our way to Toulouse, a city I can't remember for the life of me when I record these. Again, always trying to get up, always trying to get out there and do things. This time, I actually got the tram to myself, so I did a little self-interview that is somewhere in between informative and cringe, and I don't know how to feel about it, but here it is. Okay, so we got the tram by ourselves. Look at that shit. So that's the area we're staying in right now, over there. Now I'm gonna be real with you. See that little connector right there? Every time we go over it, it scares the shit out of me. Here comes that little thing. I'm gonna pretend like it's not affecting me, because this is totally fine, nothing weird about this. Here we go. Oh my God. I hate it. Okay. Tour's been good so far. I know a lot of roles in the show, so it's been kind of cool to flex that muscle out here. I haven't had the opportunity so much. I've been doing a lot of Sergeant Potato Head, which are the more music-based roles, so I got to do a comedy-based one. This was one of those things where I could have just stayed in bed, but I really wanted to get myself out there. You know, this is my first tour without my lovely fiancée, Jasmine, picture here, looking great. And I wanted to have some to share with her, you know, a little bit like if we ever come back to France, like Toulouse is definitely a place I'd want to go. It's crazy, man. I'm in a tram in France. 16, 18-year-old Sean would be so damn impressed by what I'm doing, so happy, and wouldn't believe at any moment that I've complained about this at all. Because it's a job, you know? So things get hard, things get difficult to do. Working with other people is always gonna be a challenge, whether it's in an office or on a stage. Unique to all that, it's pretty incredible that this is what I get to do for a living. Let's look at the scenery, shall we? This little piece of knowledge goes out to my American viewers. I know some of you may not be from America, but this is for those that are living there. It's where I'm from. I say it all the time, but getting yourself familiar with public transportation as a touring artist is the most important thing in my book. Every other major city, even smaller cities in Europe especially, but all over the world, relies on public transportation. People have cars, yes, but when you're touring, unless you're Beyonce and you've got a private driver, you're going to be relying on public transportation. On this day, I'm just looking to get a jersey. One of my favorite days in most of these cities is when I just walk around by myself. It feels like I'm just a person that lives in the city. Again, a person from New York City. It's one of my favorite things about traveling is seeing people in their own cities that they love. I also saw a guy playing a penny whistle, which was rad. Not pictured is me running back to the theater to get to the show, but directly after the show, I had to do it. The rugby stadium was only a 10 to 15 minute walk away. I went down to see some Toulouse rugby. Stade Ernest Wallin, home of Stade Toulousain. I hope I got that right. The fans were awesome. The atmosphere, this guy.
Yeah! Right here, baby. Right here, baby. Yeah.
Opened in 1983. It's named after Ernest Wallin, who I believe was the first president of the club and was a law professor. Yeah, if I'm wrong, please jump in these comments and let me know. But I'll be transparent. Those people around me were great, but about halfway through the game, I stepped outside and people were drunk and rowdy. I was a little bit drunk, had a little bit of a confrontation. I said, you know what? I'm in a foreign country. It's 6-on-1 right now. It's not worth me hanging out. So I cut out a little bit early, but it was an amazing experience.
I don't even know what day it is anymore. Toulouse. We're leaving. I went to rugby. Got a little bit drunk. Almost got into a scuffle. That's a French experience right there. 10 out of 10. 2.5 hours to Bordeaux. Interesting fact about Toulouse. Airbus is here. Big old fucking planes in the sky. France. Toulouse. Bordeaux. See you there.
What I believe ended up being 2 hours and 45 minutes from Toulouse to Bordeaux. This travel day, you could feel it on the bus, you could feel it in the air. Everybody was starting to come down with something. Happens every tour. We're all traveling and performing nonstop. You get sick. Right behind me is my boy Josh. I know I've said a couple times, not everybody here is somebody I know very well. I've known Josh since day one of my Stomp career. We actually were hired a year apart from each other. We played the same role when we started, and he's been my guy. He stepped out to Euro a little bit before me. I was on the US. Really good to reconnect with him. Not feeling that great today. Made it to Mergenac, which is right outside of Bordeaux. Josh Allen for this Halloween thing. We're doing shit flicks today. I don't really know how much of this is gonna make the vlog because I'm prepared for this to be insane. Got my VIP badge. Let me go get that actually. So like I said, on tour, you try to make stuff happen. It makes you feel regular. Doing a little Halloween party. Josh Allen, go Bills. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shit Flicks, the Halloween special. Gonna be honest, I have no idea how to explain this to you other than sometimes on this tour, a group of people get together and plan out an event for everybody that works there. So this is not just cast, this is the crew. It is an open invite to anybody. A team of about 5 people put in a lot of work. They dressed up like the characters from Wizard of Oz. It was unbelievable. These are all costumes that were slapdash put together like right before we did this. And with every Shit Flicks, it gets more and more out of control with more and more fanfare.
Where's he going? Oh boy. How's that even? Drop your eyeline.
Cover your.
I cannot stress this enough. This is all voluntary. Nobody was told to make any of these things happen. Nobody was asked to plan these things out. They take it upon themselves, and it plays into the thing I was talking about a little bit earlier, where it's not just about going to work here. We're each other's families for the time that we're out here and beyond. And these are the kind of moments that make it real.
Ooh.
Oh!
Bouncing in 2024, I was sat in my room. I didn't know what to do with myself. I thought this is no good. I gotta get outside and do something for my mental health. Gotta clickety click, get a Google search. I found a cinema close to me. But started taking a mile for a really good film, a movie pick I really wanted to see. And then,
yeah, why not? Because I'm free tonight. I could even bring some snacks and a drink.
And on that day, Shit Flicks was born. You know, it really makes you stop and think.
For me, traveling the world is amazing, and being able to perform for a living is incredible. But these are the moments that matter the most, is with a group of people that maybe in another timeline I would have never met from places all over the world. We share this experience that is crazy. We're in a hotel
conference room in costumes while they wrote a whole song and dance number just to bring some joy to our makeshift family that travels the road. And this performance was the tip of the iceberg. Who could have guessed that ending?
Shut up! Hey!
That right there, taking a bow, is the Shit Flicks team. Josh, Jamie, Joe, and Molly, with guest appearance with our beautiful Jose Filgue. And then after that unbelievable performance, we did a little bit of a Halloween trivia night hosted by Reese. And this was truly just people drinking, doing a trivia night like you would at a bar, laughing, having a good time. And like I said, this is about, I think, 3 or 4 weeks into our time on tour, maybe a little bit less than that. And it's just good to take a minute. I think people often look at performers and think like, whoa, you guys have like the most cool, exciting job. Like it must be exciting all the time. And it is. I mean, that's the reason we do it. But these moments of regularity are what center us, at least I'll speak for myself, center me on what is a whirlwind of a experience. Remember, this was 3 months that ended up essentially being almost 6 months of us being on tour, which we'll get into on later videos. But this is just a time to be regular, not a performer on stage, not putting on a show. Well, putting on a show, but putting on a show for ourselves and not others. It was really fun. Also, lots of alcohol is involved, and it gets a little bit out of control here at the end in a good way. A wonderful night that ended in absolute chaos. Everybody woke up with no hangovers whatsoever, no problems to report. On to the next day.
After Shit Flicks, been pretty fucking sick. My first time going into town, showing a little chest, you know what I mean? Here's a beautiful view from my hotel. Wow. Let's go look at Bordeaux. I'm drunk as fuck. We in France. Bonsoir.
Yeah. Hold up. Let me. Hey, hi guys. Yeah, I'm lit too. Let's have fun, baby.
Damn, son. You know what?
A lot is like my grandparents. So would they ever imagine like the grandkid would be doing what I'm doing? You know what I mean?
Say more, bro. You always want, like, if you have a child, you want your child to do better than you.
I don't know, man. It's kind of the cool part. This is when my dad calls me and he's like, "You really out there?" I'm like, "Yeah, but it doesn't feel like it." And then he's definitely reminds me that it is.
Just look that way. It'll show you that you're really out there. You're really out there, bro. If you don't believe it, just look right there. Sí, so como que estamos aquí en Francia ahora mismo en este momento. Nos estamos gozando yo, Joshua y mi amigo aquí que se llama Perham. Estamos aquí gozándonos en Francia, en Bordeaux. A lo mejor vamos a comer ahora en estos momentos. Y pues sí, wow. Tú y yo. Ahora tú y ahora yo. Wow. Sí, gracias. Ok, adiós.
Bienvenidos. A great day out, hanging with Josh, going to do the show. Still not feeling 100%, so sorry if the vlog has not been that great in Bordeaux, but I got some good footage. Let's get out there. It's Sarge Day. I'm tired. Bordeaux rugby. Let's go.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't know what any of this footage is. I think there's like an entire folder of stuff missing from when we were in Bordeaux. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Here's some footage of the public transportation and some of the time that I spent with Josh in the town. Wrapping up this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. What a blessing it is to exist. Go Bills, baby.